All right, welcome back to the channel. On today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at pressure washer spray guns from an entry-level model that I really like. It's good for the guy coming in on a budget and still wants some decent equipment. We got the mid-tier version and the one I've been using for years and hasn't let me down. It's worth every penny. We're going to demo them. I'll tell you all about them outside on the truck. And at the end, I'm going to put some ratings up to give you my bottom line on what I think about these. Here we go. So let's have a look at the OG mosmatic sprayer. This thing is top of the line. It's known in the business as being the best out there. And let me point out some of the stuff I really like about it. This live swivel on the bottom, really low footprint. You'll see that there's almost hardly any fittings exposed whatsoever. And this is under a load right now, meaning the pressure washer's on. And let's go ahead and check the performance of the swivel. It's almost absolutely effortless, like there's nothing going on there whatsoever. And you'll see with some of the other guns, that's not the case. Front disconnect on the front, another one of my favorites. Super easy on, super easy off. The best out there that I've seen so far. And really smooth actuating, not a lot of slop in it. And I've had this for years and it's just been functioning like brand new since the day I got it. Good build quality, it's tough. There's some love marks on this one because I've used it and abused it, but it still looks brand new and functions brand new too. Let's check out the trigger pull on this one. Super easy to pull, one finger. And with the live swivel, you get full actuation out of this thing with no problem whatsoever. Once you actually get the trigger pulled in, it just goes to almost zero pull pressure. All in all, top of the line, my favorite out of all of them. So now we have an old industry favorite, the MTM SGS-28. Now the SGS-28's been around for a long time. A lot of detailers have used it. You never hear anybody complaining about it. It's a good middle tier spray gun. Let's start with the quick disconnect and live swivel connection on the bottom. This one does have a little bit more exposed fittings here. You can see that there's a lot more hanging out than the OG model, and you can already see on a live load, it's just a little bit more sticky than the OG model. The OG model fell down with no effort whatsoever. This one takes very little effort, but there is some stickiness in the swivel, all in all. And most guns do. That's what separates that top-notch one. It really doesn't. On the front of it, an MTM stainless steel quick disconnect, which is known in the industry to make some really good quick disconnects. And it does function nicely. It is a little bit less quality than the other one for sure. It's got a little bit more play in it. And it just actuates a little less performing than the other one. But all in all, it's a great swivel. Everything on this gun that you can see is stainless, all the exposed stuff. So it looks really good on the wall mounted setups. I like it a lot, great mid-tier. Let's check out the trigger pull on this one. Really easy trigger pull, hardly any effort whatsoever. And once you break it past the open point, it's almost like nothing. And you can see it's a lighter gun, so it tends to kick a little bit when you start it up, which is nice. But you can feel that little bit of stickiness in that live swivel. But all in all, a really good gun. You can't go wrong with this for the mid-tier option. Now we get in my choice for the entry-level detailer or enthusiast on a budget. This is gonna give you the three components that you need to use your pressure washer: a live swivel on the bottom, a short gun, and a quick disconnect on the front. But it's going to leave a little bit to be desired in the quality and high-endness of it, in my opinion. Let's start by looking at the fittings and the quick disconnect on the bottom. You're going to see that there's quite a bit of fittings hanging out here, thread tape exposed. The thing with these that makes me laugh is it reminds me of like going to Home Depot and kind of trying to put a bunch of fittings together to make something work, and it just looks a little bit like that. If cosmetics aren't your thing, don't worry about it. This is going to be fine. It functions great. Let's look at the swivel performance. A little bit more sticky than the OG, but still a little better than the MTM actually in terms of live swivel ease of use, but still a little bit sticky. Quick disconnect on the front. This is where you'll see another decline in quality in the fittings. Now we're talking brass on the front. Brass all the way. They function well. There's nothing different about the functionality other than now you just have exposed brass. So you have a compilation of a bunch of fittings and brass fittings at the top, but all this can be dealt with pretty easily as long as you don't care about the cosmetics of this thing hanging on the front of your machine. If that's gonna bug you, don't do it. But let's check out the trigger pull on this thing. And by the way, it feels really light. So here we go. Very short throw trigger. You barely pull it, and you can see it's so light. It's kicking pretty good. Watch this. So all in all, in the hand, it feels good. I can feel some dragginess out of that live swivel. It's definitely nowhere near as fluid as the OG in the hand. But all in all, this is gonna get you that detailing, professional ease of use and comfort of use and enjoyment out of using your pressure washer kit. And it's a hell of an upgrade for everybody out there, especially you guys on a budget. I wouldn't feel bad about getting this at all. You're gonna dig it. But if you want the cosmetics, move up to the MTM and it's gonna function equally as good as this, look a little nicer too, and it's got that industry background of performing well over the years. And if you want the best of the best, let's talk about that OG mosmatic sprayer. I like it. That's the one I use full time in my garage here. So I have no doubt whatsoever. I've never heard a complaint about it other than you're gonna pay a little bit of money for it. Pull that Band-Aid off and get it over with if you can afford it, and don't mess around with these lower budget models. But these are my 3 picks. I hope you enjoyed it. Over on my website, HawaiiDetailing.com, I have all these parts and pieces all laid out for you to help you out. I'll leave links down in the description too. Summertime's coming. I know everybody wants to build their pressure washers. I'm gonna bring you some info to help you guys out. We'll see you on the next one. Yeah.